Hey guys, it's your girl Junior Nikita, and I'm back with Untamed Maine. Just here popping out of my comfort zone and onto your screen. So tap in, let's vibe. Alright, so on today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 signs you or someone around you may be an introvert, and these are, I'm probably going to tap in a little bit to my personal experiences, but I don't want to keep the video too long because I could go on and on about these experiences. But I had to write down my 10 reasons and try to keep it, minimal, to keep this video short, sweet, and straight to the point because I could go on and on. So, um, the first sign that I have written down is, as an introvert, I hate small talk. Small talk irritates me. Like, if you have something to say, fine, great, amazing. But if you're just trying to nitpick and find the weirdest, most randomest, craziest, weirdest thing to try to strike up a conversation about, and I'm like giving you the look like I'm not interested, and you still just trying to find something to talk about, it irritates me very much so. And you know what I realized? Like, I don't know if it's just a culture thing here, but a lot of people, they'll be like, how you doing? And to be honest, like, they don't ask how you're doing to really know, like, how are you doing? Like, how you doing here? It just seems like a greeting, like another way to say hello, hi. Like, people don't actually, when they ask how you're doing, they really don't care how you're doing, to be honest. And that's like one of the top small talks that irritate me. And I don't do it too sometimes, but I have learned recently, like, I if I ask how you're doing, it's because I genuinely want to know. But I just slow it down and I'd be like, how you doing? You good? How's the kids? How's the family? Like, when I start doing that, then I really want to know, like, very country. So yeah, small talk, we hate it. If you're an introvert as well, I want you to tap in, comment down below, and let me know which one of these, like, is your top biggest pet peeve at being an introvert. Um, the next one I have is, any opportunity to be alone, I am taking advantage. 100%. 100%. 1,000%. Because I don't know, something about just solitude and peace and just being alone, like, it it does something for me. Like, it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but I enjoy it. I love to be alone. I love to be at peace. I love to be in the comfort of my own zone. Just I know this might sound bad, but I am a single mom and I do love my son dearly. But any opportunity that arises to send his little behind away, I'm like, yes, yes, grandma, come get him, sis, come get him, go. Take him. Just one night? Okay, fine, I'll take that. The weekend? Great. Even better. I love my son dearly. He's my whole heart. But as an introvert, like, I love being alone. But recently it has gotten better because he's not so up on the mommy and not so attached as he used to be. So sometimes I'll be in the bedroom and then he'll be in the living room. So it makes it much better now, much easier to live around each other now. Sometimes I'll come in the living room and try to bother him or play with him, talk to him, like, be random with him, and he'll be like, "Mom." So he's getting to that age where he's like, "Ma, just give my space too." And I'm like, "Cool. Hey, I ain't even mad, bro. Like, do your thing." Next on the list is, social activities drain me. My job drains me. And to be honest, I am drained right now sitting in this chair. But because I made a promise and a commitment to myself that I'm going to push out content every week, here I am in front of this camera making this video. But um, I work in the hospitality industry, and me being an introvert, I literally have to be fake for 8 hours because me talking up to people, starting conversations, like it's not something that I like to do, but I do it because it's what I get paid to do. So hey, if I have to be fake for 8 hours just to make a check, then hey, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make those coins. But today was a little rough day, and I'm tired. I just want to go and decompress and let my social battery recharge. But you know, in the for the love of making content, here I am. Next on my list is I prefer one-on-ones over group activities. Excuse me, and that is absolutely true. I prefer, if you want to get to know me, you would never get to know me in a group. In a group setting, I would never speak up. I hate talking over people. I hate when the group is discussing things and one person talking and the other one trying butt in or butt over the person. To me, group conversations when everybody's trying to talk, and everybody talking over each other, everybody's trying to put in their piece. It irritates me. I would never say anything. I'm not gonna butt in. I hate talking over people. I hate interrupting people when they're talking. So I prefer one-on-ones. Like, you would get to know me better on a one-on-one. I would talk up more in a one-on-one, and that's something like a lot of people don't understand. Certain people may think like I don't like them because I don't talk much to them, but usually the people that I do get close to or talk to are extroverts. You know how extroverts are, and if you don't, then I don't know what to say. But extroverts are those outgoing, those bubbly personalities that talk to any and everybody and can strike up a conversation like that, and will keep you talking literally for hours. I always, I don't know, I'm just usually always magnetically attracted to those people, um, or they're attracted to me. I don't know, but yeah, extroverts always gravitate towards me. Um, all my best friends have been extroverts. One of my best friend, well, growing up, all of them were extroverts. One of my best friends right now, well, I have two. One is an extrovert and one is an introvert, just like me. So the one introvert like me, which is weird, but we bond because of our extroversion. And people will probably be like, "So why is that I don't talk about?" We don't find the weirdest stuff to talk about. Um, but yeah, I my all my ugh, my relationships has usually been with an extrovert. Literally, when walking the street with them, I literally feel like I'm walking with the president or something, because it's like every flipping body, like what? And it kind of like it sometimes it's a bit uncomfortable, because then when they're talking to people and they introduce to you to people and they be like, "Hey, this is my whatever, whatever." They be like, "Hey," and then be like, "I don't want to talk to nobody right now. Why do we have to do this? Like, why we can't just go someplace and not see a whole heap of your fans? Like, be so for real." But anyways, yeah, one-on-ones and group activities. Oh, and that's another thing. People, because I'm so quiet as well as an introvert, people to be like, how, like, why to, like, when I'm in a relationship, I remember one time this guy had asked me like, why it is you and he don't talk about, like, you so quiet, like, why it is I don't talk about, like, you don't talk to us but you don't talk, like, I thrive in one-on-one, so my relationships would always thrive. Like, I can be wholeheartedly myself in my relationships. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's Unless you get to know me on a one-on-one, you probably won't understand. But yeah, I'm we're not just sitting there and not saying anything, not talking about anything. We're literally gonna talk. We're gonna have conversations. There are times where want I would want to be left alone, but we had that conversation when I let them know, hey, sometimes I do need that space. But you know, that's just what it's like being an introvert. Um, Next on my list is I just shook myself. I analyze everything. I observe everything. As an introvert, introverts are very, because we're quiet, we're very observant. So if you think I haven't noticed, I have. I just haven't said anything about it. I just don't feel the need to say anything about it. Well, it's just not that important to me for me to say anything about it. But yeah, we definitely observe a lot. And a lot of things I do is I I'm in my head a lot because we're so quiet. We're always thinking what's next, what to do. We're probably thinking about a previous conversation we had, and we're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should have said this instead. Oh, maybe I could have do that instead. Like we're always in our head, rethinking and analyzing stuff. And yeah, introverts live in their head. I live in my head always. When you think I'm just sitting there quiet, I'm talking to myself in my head. I'm thinking of what I'm gonna do next. Oh, I have this to do. Oh, yesterday that didn't go well. Maybe tomorrow, I'm gonna do this instead. So that, you know, that's just how my days are. I'm always in my head thinking about what's next. So next on my list is I prefer text over phone calls. Now this one, yes. In the beginning, um, in my teen years, earlier years, yeah, I'd say not like I so old, but I do prefer sometimes I prefer texting over phone calls. I don't like to be on the phone all the time, but there are times when I don't feel like texting because maybe what I have to say is a lot to say, and writing this long paragraph text message, like who have time to sit down and read all of that? So I probably would rather pick up the phone and call and say, hey, you know, wherever it is I have on my mind. But there are times where I just prefer not to talk at all and just text all day, every day. So um, I would say 9 out of 10 times I prefer a text message rather than a phone call. Next on my list is I have guarded and observant again. But yeah, we are, as an introvert, we are very guarded of ourselves. We protect ourselves, we protect our space, we protect our hearts. Like we are very, our guard is up when it comes to us. And ain't much people could take it down. So yeah. Next, I have small circle of friends. I have a very, very small circle of friends. And that's because I'm an introvert. I'm quiet. I'm to myself. Like, ain't too much people to tap in and get to know the real me. So, that's why my circle is very small. I have, like, literally two friends. I have, people I know of, people that, I may have went to school with, we may have worked with or whatever the case may be, but we ain't as buddy close. Like, it's a hi bye, keep it moving type of thing for me. Ain't no love lost, but that's just how it is. And I'm very comfortable with the friends that I do have, the family that I do have, and yeah, ain't no complaints on this, and life's great. And next is find it easier to write or text than speaking. I think I did touch on this in my for the text over phone calls. So yeah, I do find it easier sometimes to write a text message rather than speaking and saying it verbally, because sometimes I could, being an introvert, sometimes I may get anxiety and stumble over my words, so I prefer to write a message or send a text, whereas I have the opportunity to, you know, rewrite and rephrase what I have to say. And lastly, prefer background over spotlight. Absolutely, 100%. I hate to be in the spotlight. I don't know why well, I do know why I set myself up to be on this page and to start this journey. Um, but am I ready for all that entails in becoming a content creator and putting yourself out there? Maybe not 100%, but I have to make myself be prepared and ready for what may come, because once those numbers and those subscribers and all that good stuff starts, you know, rolling in, hopefully, um, I gotta be prepared for the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that comes with it, because this world ain't easy, and I see it with a lot of other creators. I see the comments, and I know what it could possibly be like for me, but I'm preparing myself for what may come my way. But yeah, I 100% prefer to be in the background. When I first started my business, I'm like, I don't want my name to be the spotlight. I don't want people to know that. But it did happen so where um, the a newspaper, a journalist for the newspaper reached out to me, and she was like, "We want to do an article on your business," and so they did, and it ended up being on the front page, which she told me was not gonna be on the front page. She was like, it was gonna be in the middle of the newspaper, but it ended up being the front page, and I was like, no flipping way. I was just like, what? Like, why would you do that to me? You know? But it did, and I saw the numbers with, you know, the traffic coming to my online website and such, and it was great. It was great. It was just a bit nerve wracking. My anxiety was through the roof from the attention, because, oh Lord, I hate attention with a passion. Um, but I made it through, and I'm here to tell the tale today. So, you know, um, I hate the spotlight. Like, I don't like to be at all. I remember when I was in second grade. I was in second grade, and in the classroom, of course, because I'm so comfortable with all my classmates, I was able to recite the poem in front of the class. But when we had to recite it in front of the school on top of the stage, I could not do it. And my teacher was so mad at me. My grandmother used to work at the school, so they sent me to the office, and then they called my grandma to the office, and then they were like, Junior, why you don't want to do what you have to do? Why you don't want to say what you have to say? And I'm like, back then I didn't know. I did not know I was an introvert. I just knew I was shy. I felt scared, and I didn't want to do it. And they did not care. They was like, you're going to do it. So what they did is they had this other young lady come and recite the poem with me on the stage, and it was still nerve wracking, but you know, I went up there, did what I had to, and I made it through. And that's one thing that my therapist told me, because there was a point in my life where I felt like, you know, everybody was making me feel like something was wrong with me. So I went to see a therapist to find out like what is going on. Like, these people making me feel like something wrong, man. I know nothing around me because I feel 100% normal. Like, I just don't talk as much. You know, I like to be myself. Like, these are things I enjoy. I just like to be myself. I have so much social energy. Once it's drained, it's drained. So like, you know, like, tell me what is wrong with me. So went to my therapist, and she was like, you know, nothing wrong with you. Like, you're normal. Like, there are people, so many other people out there like you. And what I realized is a lot of people is not educated about what an introvert and an extrovert is. And there is a such thing as an ambivert, which is, you know, both introvert and extrovert. And a lot of people don't know about these things. So I feel the need to, put it out there so people could be more open and welcoming and understanding of different personality traits that people have. So, yeah, one thing that stuck with me from my therapist, and I try my hardest to remember, that I have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If I want to make it in this content creative world, or if I want to make it to anything in life, being an introvert, I gotta learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I was like, when she said that to me, it was really a game changer, eye opener. And I try to force myself every every opportunity I get to remind myself, I force myself to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because I don't want to be stuck in the same position, same spot for the rest of my life. I want to be able to grow and flourish and not let my wings just soar. You know. So, those are my 10 signs of how 10 signs that I'm an introvert, or for you to tell if someone around you is an introvert. I think I'm gonna end the video here. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Or you can also DM me on Instagram at untamed main. Um, and I will see you guys on my next video.